Hey everyone, as you know, each week we try to push new options and features into Invoice Quick, and this week is no exception. We've got some really cool ones this week, so let's jump into it. The first one is an answer to a question of how do I mark an invoice as paid? So now if you open up an invoice, you're going to see a button right here that says Mark as Paid. So this is the same thing as selecting on here in the Pay to Date section and putting in the full amount you owe. Right? So let's go ahead and click on Mark as Paid. It'll take us back to the invoice screen. Now let's take a look at that invoice by opening it up. Here you'll see the subtotal is paid in full. So now if, let's say this was a partial payment and you say, oh, I made a mistake, this wasn't paid in full. Let's say it was only $100 paid. You can go ahead and put in 100, click on Save. And here you'll see that there's still a balance of $164. So that's a really easy way of marking an invoice as paid. Now the next thing you might notice on the invoicing page, there's a new option here where you can preview an invoice as well as send it directly from the invoices page. So for example, if you have an invoice that has not been sent, you no longer have to open it. You can just click here and go ahead and send it off, but we're not going to do that right now. Another option is if you hover over, you're going to be able to download this invoice, edit it or delete it directly from the options menu here, as well as clicking a button to preview the invoice, at which point you can also edit, download, or send it from here as well. How cool is that? Let's go back to our invoice page. The next update we've made has to do with logos. So if you go to your settings, you'll see two options here. Before we had a high-res version of a logo and a low-res. We've kind of changed this up a little bit. So all versions are now high-res. Our system's going to convert it and rescale it automatically to smaller and larger logos. So go ahead and make sure that the logo you have here is a high-resolution logo. There are two options. One is dark and one is light. One of the next updates we're going to be doing is new invoice templates, and some of those are going to have color backgrounds, some of them are going to have light backgrounds. So this is a really convenient way of saying, okay, if you want to have a dark invoice, go ahead and use a light color logo and vice versa. So this is going to be really useful later on. You'll notice in this version we also added customer support. So if you're logged in, you can just click here and go ahead and write a message. Someone's going to get back to you with an answer as soon as we can. Now let's scroll all the way to the bottom, and if you'll notice, click on the changelog here. Every time we push a new update or we have comments or new features are released, we're going to put it right here and we're going to drop a video so you can see exactly what's going on. So you can always take a look at that by scrolling down and clicking on changelog. Now to recap one more thing, and this is where we get a lot of ideas and a lot of feature requests by clicking on suggest feature. We love this here. We want you guys to use it. Please let us know what you're looking for so we can kind of brainstorm and see how we can make that happen. Thank you all for using Invoice Quick. We had a really successful launch on Product Hunt, so we thank everybody who voted up. If you haven't, please check it out. Go to producthunt.com/posts/invoice-quick and give us a thumbs up. Have a great week. Happy invoicing.